Hey everybody, Prepper for the Ages here, and we're getting more and more talking about medical stuff. Something happened to me recently that I have been going through, and it ties into the crappy medical treatment we have here in the United States. Sorry guys, I know you're overstaffed and over whatnot, and I know corporate is to blame. So. Sorry in advance. Okay, so let me begin. A few months ago, I had this huge gland that was infected in my mouth and my jaw, and because of my open heart surgery that I had, anything infected here travels to the heart, and that's it, over, done with, I'm dead. So like a good doobie, I called my PCP. I said I need to make an appointment right away because I have an infection, and this is why I have an infection. This is why it's important. They said, "Oh no, you can't do an in-person appointment. The PCPs only do checkup appointments. So the first appointment we can get you in for is 4 months from now." Okay, so I go and book an online appointment, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and it's time for the online appointment. The online appointment, I describe what I said, and they're like, "No, we can't diagnose you. Yes, you had an appointment, but we can't diagnose you, even though we see the entire lump in your in your gland. You need to go get diagnosed at a Ready-Med." And you go to a Ready-Med. Oh, you can't go to the one near you. You have to go to a Ready-Med that has the equipment to diagnose you. You know those big machines. I go, okay. So I go to the Ready-Med. The Ready-Med, their machine has been broken for weeks. They don't know what they're going to do. There's no way to diagnose me with that machine. Okay, so I have the appointment anyway. Oh, you have a blocked duct or whatever, and you need antibiotics. So it took me 3 tries to get just antibiotics, and guess what? Bill after bill after bill came in on that. Great. So the bill talking, not the bill talking to the doctor, because I didn't actually get to see the doctor, the bill talking to the online person who couldn't diagnose me, and the bill with the Ready, because they were affiliated and sent me over there, then they could charge me for the online appointment and the in-person appointment at it's called Doc in a Box, I guess, out west. But that was a pain, and eventually it went away, which is good. Fast forward to, was it last week or the week before? I was out on the ice. We have, in New England, we have snow, and then what forms on top is a crust, and you can't get through the snow without having to break through the crust. Well, I was stepping up onto the crust, and of course the crust almost takes your weight, but not quite. And all of a sudden the crust gave way as I was extending my leg. Basically, I all of a sudden was in free fall. My leg, because of the pressure, hyperextended all the way, and then all my weight landed on it. So, screwed up my knee, massive pain. I can't walk on my leg. I have to still take care of my 87-year-old mom. I have to take care of a puppy that they had just gone to the vet, and he clocked in at like 78 or so pounds, and I am taking care of a little old lady dog that is very, very frail and fragile, and I have to carry her into and out of the car. So the experience that I had before, I waited and waited and waited because I didn't want to spend all that money just to get shuttled from place to place to place that refused to diagnose me, because I know if I go to the Ready-Med, they're not going to be able to have the equipment to diagnose. So yet again, I end up, after 5 days of Tylenol, not being able to walk, fire alarm at work that I had me walk down 2 flights of stairs in massive pain. Awful. I finally gave in. I finally called and arranged for an online appointment, which I made on Saturday. And the online appointment person was like, "Oh no, we can't diagnose you. We have to see you in person. You go to the Ready-Med." I'm like, the Ready-Med's heavy equipment that you just mentioned, has been broken. Is broken, will be broken. Don't know when they'll get the parts. Oh, well, they'll send you to they can send you to an oncologist. Ding, ding, ding. Ah, so they want to bill me for having the online appointment, bill me for going to the doc in the box, and then have the oncologist, which is all in their network, bill me for going to the oncologist to finally get the diagnosis. Really? Really? Do better. Do better. So me being a curmudgeon, I basically clicked off on the online appointment, and I said, I'm not going to the ReadyMed. I'm going to wait for Monday, and I'm going to call the oncologist myself. I'm going to pick the oncologist. I'm just going to go. I'm going to skip the part where I go to the ReadyMed, to the doc in the box, and get fleeced for even more money, because it's hundreds of dollars to talk to these people. Every time you talk to the person, every time you have an appointment, it's hundreds of dollars that are after the insurance out of pocket, which is, don't get me going on that. So this morning I'm about to call the oncologist, and I have to walk the puppy. He's a 74-pound puppy. If he doesn't get walked, he doesn't get his exercise. He does the zoomies in the house and the zoomies in the house, and he just destroys furniture because he's just so full of energy. So, and of course the other elderly dog wants to go too, so I'm lifting the elderly dog into the car because she can't jump, she can't hop up. I'm lifting her into the car, into the back, and I have to extend out to put her down, and which makes my bad leg drag a little bit on the ground. I have a 40-year-old brace from my ACL replacement surgery 40 years ago on my leg, and all of a sudden I feel pop, the biggest pop. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Something popped back into place, and I'm not popping and grinding and popping, pop, 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 scrape, 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 pop. And I went inside. I took the dogs out. I hobbled around a quarter of a mile with a 78-pound puppy, and came back, and I looked it up, and I guess I am going to forgo for my Google Foo medical stuff is that I had dislocated my knee. I didn't know you could dislocate your knee. So it looks like it seemed like I dislocated my knee because it's a little bit better. There's still pain. But the pain is much better, much more manageable. I can step on it. I can kind of walk on it, and there's no clicking anymore. So I think that what happened was the swelling. I managed the swelling just enough that the swelling went down just enough, and from the extension and the leg brace, that it popped back into place on its own. Thank goodness. So, is it going to heal all the way? Don't know. But this is what we're going to have to. I mean, in my humble opinion, from my experience this past week, the healthcare in this country is totally broken. You are paying through the nose for healthcare that is willing to pull back and keep you from a diagnosis. Keep you from a diagnosis and keep you from treatment for as long as possible, just so they can shuttle you from appointment to appointment to appointment and charge you and your health insurance hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You know, if I had walked into the PCP, they would have charged me. I think the last time I walked in my PCP was for something a few years ago. They charged me $236 just to step through the door, and then you had the out of network costs and these little pinging and ponging costs, and yes, I'm here, but I'm not in network, but the person next to me is in network, but so yeah, this has gone a little long, but suffice it to say, I am healing on my own. I'm managing on my own. If it's still not good in a week or two, then I'll have to reassess. But the preventative is being afraid to go and get seen because you're going to be fleeced here in the United States. Totally broken. The healthcare system is crashed. And even if I went, I'd have to go and sit in the waiting room forever, and these people are not paid nearly enough. There's not enough people, and I would have been part of the issue. Oh, and they say if it's bad enough, just go to the ER. In the ER here in the United States, if you're not actively dying, you will wait days in the ER at this point. So, but anyways, okay, that's my frustration. I'll leave you alone. Okay, all right, take care. Bye.